Hello, I'd like to talk about hotkeys and productivity as far as things go. Now, AutoHotkey is one of the early ones that come through, but I want to talk about three here. AutoHotkey, copy texty, and linter list is the third one through here. But I want to start with AutoHotkey, and first of all I just want to go through a very simple coding one that's through here. This is a bit of blurb that's actually just put in, so it's setting up environment, it's doing something with warnings and mode or something, I'm not too sure, it's in the top of the thing. What I want to talk about is this one here. We've got a hat, we've got an exclamation mark, we've got a T, and then we've got the double dots on top ×2. Then we have the semicolon, and the semicolon is seen as a commenting out something. So here we've got the comment, which is the Ctrl Alt T, which is what this one here is, and then it goes to an email address, blah blah 1.hotmail, and it sends the input. So that's the actual trigger, that's the actual code. So it says the input blah 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 1 hotmail.com, and then it returns and breaks out of that particular bit of code. So if you press this Ctrl Alt L, you actually get an email address. So this is just the basic thing, but I want to sort of highlight a couple of things about this. And the first one is if we just take a bit of this is an email. If I just go Ctrl Alt T through there it's coming through straight away. So it comes through and it just punches it out. If I go into an Excel spreadsheet or maybe into a Google sheet here, Ctrl Alt T, again it comes through there. I'm going to open up copy texty through here, which actually has this thing where you can put notes in, and if I go Ctrl Alt T in here, it comes through. And if I'm actually in the browser, comes through there, I can actually also add that one through. What a surprise. So basically anywhere where you can actually put some text, you can actually push this thing through. Now what this means is that one of the things which I do is I set it up with my email so that when I'm actually logging in or logging into some things where they actually, I've got my login for addresses like some of my Google stuff, I can actually give my Gmail account through there. I don't like to stay logged in, and I actually log in, log out when I want to and things like that. So it's handy just having those things. So I don't actually end up having to type all of that, which is how many pages, maybe 20, 25 or something like that. So there's less error from actually doing that. Now that's quite good from the simple thing, and you can actually just map some keys to do it. So AutoHotkey does that. You can do a couple of things with AutoHotkey. When you actually fire these things up, they start to come down into your tray. Now, I want to make a comment about this. If you've got too many programs in your tray, this is sucking your RAM and it can slow your computer down. So if you're not using some of these things, what I end up doing is I lock them to the taskbar, and then I actually take them out of here. Now you actually want these to actually activate when you're actually starting the PC. So every time you come on, those things are available. Now I've got several of them, they'll do different things. On this one here, another one that I actually use, and which it does a little bit of scripting as well, is this one here is I'm using the middle mouse button here, and this tool is quick access pop-up, and this one again you see it says runs on startup. I've got another one here which is called executor, and that one there is I use an Alt plus spacebar, and it comes up with this little pop-up window, and it's great for searching. So if I just go G and go the tree, it will go onto Google and go and do a search on the tree. If I go and type in D, that'll use DuckDuckGo, and it'll do a search based on whatever you've got. And I've got one for you, and then I've got rabbits, and it will go into rabbits or whatever that misspelling is, and try and find something to do with that. So those are really handy searches. Now, the one thing with this one that I just want to highlight, I've actually got to go U for whatever I'm going to do, whether it's Google or whatever activity I'm doing. I've then got to type in something, and then I've got to press in Enter. And this is the next thing that I want to talk about. To do that, so I'm doing three little actions there. Now, I'm pretty much work on laptops all the time now. My mapping on my laptop keyboard has an enter on the right hand side. Now, as I've been a designer and all that, I use a lot of graphics, so I really generally have my right hand on my mouse and my left hand resting on the edge of the keyboard so that I can actually type everything with the keyboard. Now, that's what I prefer to do, and if I need to press the enter key like I need to in the out pop-up for there, I've got to reach either all the way from my left hand all the way over to the right hand to do it, or take my hand off the mouse to actually press that. So what instead, another thing in AutoHotkey through here is this first one through here, which I'm mapping the tilde key, and that tilde key is, if you look in the top left hand side of your keyboard, you have the escape key. The button directly below it is the tilde key, and I'm remapping it to enter. So now I actually I've remapped one of the keys to actually be an enter key on the left hand side, which is really handy. So I don't need to take my hand off the mouse. I can actually just keep my hand on the mouse and actually use the enter key. So and another example of that, so I can actually use that alt and thing through there and go U and treehouse, and then just press the tilde key and off it comes. Now, if I ever want to actually use that tilde key again, I can actually go and kill that hotkey and just exit from it. Now, I've actually got it located on my desktop, or close to my desktop. So if I just go into my desktop again, no, that's the wrong place. So let's just go up onto here and get desktop and go down into, oh, there it is. Go back up again. And right at the very end, you see there's the AHK. If I double click on that, it refires it up so it's working again. So that's quite handy for if I've just remapped a key to an enter and stuff. So this is another thing that I find in Firefox. I use Firefox, and again, you've got my news stuff and things like that. So I've got a whole load of bookmarks from my news and things. So if I come down to the BBC ones, I can go down to there and I can click on that bookmark. Or else, because I'm actually in Firefox, it's got this thing in properties where I can put a fast key towards it, so it's a keyword. So I've just got B. So if I type B in there and then I press enter, it will go to there. If I type S, that's another one, and I go enter, it will go to that one there. Now that I've actually got, if I type B and press my tilde key, straight away it comes through there. For a lot of the web pages that I'm doing, and if I'm just scrolling through my news in the morning and things like that, I can easily access all of those with the tilde key rather than actually having to go and reach across to actually set me enter key all the time. So that's another little productivity thing that you can actually do. So there's Fastkeys. So Fastkeys one does, you're a lot more accurate. If you try typing all of that email address every single time from scratch, you're likely to make mistakes a few times along. So that's one way of actually limiting that sort of thing. And then the other one is that it's a lot quicker as long as you can actually remember the keys. So this is another one where you can't remember the keys. So this one's called copy texty. And if we open up that one and it's there, what you've got to do, you've actually got to remember the fast key for it, which opens it up. And then each one of those, if we just go in and, so let's just go into here, and in the notes, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go and find an article in the news somewhere. And I'm just going to grab a whole lot of text through there. So this is really handy. And there's the text through there, and I'm just putting it into there, and I'm going to make a new one through here, and I'm going to make a new fast key, and so I've got to copy paste it. So okay, then let's just go back through into that again, Alt Q. So I've got to sign on for that. So that one there, I just delete, and I'll add another one. And this one here, you've got to register for it. You can still get this for this copy texty for free, and I'm just going to go V. I just call it V. And then I can actually, now here with the hotkeys, you can actually have a shift plus A through to Z and 1 through to 9, or 0 through to 9, or shift and control, or shift and out, or alt and control, and out and shift, or alt, shift and control. So there's a whole variable with all of these. So I'm just going to go and use a Q just for this one, and I'm going to go Shift Control and Alt and make that and save that. Now this one in the thing, it actually has it says it's a database, but basically it's just a text file that you can actually save all of your, if you've got notes in here or anything like that. So here we've actually created that new key through there. Where was it? There. And if we just go and edit that one there, we can actually paste all of that information into there and save that. So now if I just go into my email or somewhere, again, you wouldn't actually do this for a bit of text from there, but you might actually have a key thing that you want at the bottom of an email or something like that, that you can then just bash in there. And if we just get out the way, Control Shift